those two are very light in this race as well, as Bidster defends from Rodders. I'm not letting you through, no way Jose. And meanwhile, Bidster's past Jamo. He's alongside Jamo. Jamo's going back through on the inside, Bidster's on the outside. But Jamo counteracting it with the boost, side by side for 130. It's 5 cars for second place. This is incredible, into the hairpin. This is going to end in tears. But back to the leaders, side by side for Rodders and Seeker down towards the last corner. Here we go. Group C from Suzuka, race 2. Hi guys, and welcome back to LPB Racing for race 2 here at Suzuka of this Group C Championship. So if you saw race 1, we will give a link in the description to that, and that was definitely worth a watch, guys, because it was a fantastic race 1. I'll not give away too much of the result, but I might do in this video, so you're best off going to watch it now if you can. So we will now go to this second race, and we'll run you through the grid, which is based on the previous result. So yes, it does kind of give away who won the race, but you can then again see how close the race was. So let's take you through the grid for this one then. So it's TY on pole. Remember now he's got weight on the car now, so TY with 160 kilos carrying in this race. Bidster second with 120 kilos on the car. Neil Farmack in third, his teammate, with 80 kilos on the car. And Rodders fourth position in the Porsche with 40 kilos on the car. Seat 1 fifth, Keith in sixth, Video 7th, and Will in 8th place. Now, unfortunately, still no Callum because he's having connection problems. So Callum will hopefully join us next week from Monza. So we'll see if we can for that. But let's get on with the race, guys. While we're here, let's get on with the race. So the Nissan of TY on pole position. Bidster alongside. Remember, the top 4 heavy in this, so this could really, really balance things up here. Let's see how we go. Revs rise. And away we go, and a bit of wheel spin there from TY, but I think we're away well. Neil Farmack gets a fantastic start. He's in front of his teammate, and he's going to try and take the lead into turn 1. Rodders is there as well. Rodders goes up on the inside and tries to get through, and he does. He gets into second place. TY trying to hold him around the outside, but can't do it. You see, that's the weight difference. TY and Bidster couldn't get off the line very well, and they fall back to 3rd and 4th positions. Keith in 5th. Then we've got Will up to 6th. Good start for Will, and seat 1's been off the road, I think, so both Jaguars making up the best of the rest at the back of the field. Meanwhile, Rodders is now having a go at Neil Farmack, and TY is now behind Rodders. Everyone together as we come towards the Degners, into the first Degner. Nicely through there for Rodders, and then we go into this second corner. Again, guys, just to ask you guys just to comment below if you can just see if this microphone volume is better for you in this one, because I'm just trying a different mic volume. Bidster goes round the outside of TY. So TY lags a bit, but I think he's okay. So he just lagged a little bit there, but I think he's okay. Gets away with it. Keith is behind his teammate now, so keeping close tabs on him. So yeah, I'm trying this new microphone. Oh, humans! Bidster slides, catches the grass and hits. Rodders absolutely whacks him, but luckily keeps going, and Bidster's lost a lot of time with that, and he's gone back down to 5th place. So very unlike Bidster, but just catches a rear wheel on the grass into the braking zone, and round he goes. So yes, I'll try and get this out. I'm trying this new microphone volume, guys, so I don't have to shout quite as much and destroy my voice. So hopefully it's a bit better for you guys as well. So into the chicane. Rodders out the chicane. So Neil Farmack leads the end of lap 1 in the white Mazda 787B, the old white American livery on that car. It's the Rodders in second place in the Porsche. Then it's TY and Keith with Bidster behind now. Bidster's passed seat 1 back, so seat 1's past Will and Video as well. So a bit of a hectic opening lap. Again, we'll get some replays, probably about the half distance point on what happened in the first half, and then we'll get some at the end of the race for the second half of the race, just so we don't bombard you too much, as Keith and Bidster close together through the left-right complex section of this first sector at Suzuka. And Bidster right behind him. But again, Keith is lighter than all the cars around him. No weight on Keith's car. So let's see what Keith can do compared to the rest. So the cars ahead of him, all with weight on, and Bidster behind with weight on as well. Further back, seat 1 in the Video, the 2 Jaguars still battling close as they go up and out of the last Degner under the bridge and into the hairpin. Meanwhile, the hairpin, we've got Keith and Bidster still in the same order. Seek and Video still looking like they're in the same order as well. So Video putting a bit of pressure on his teammate. See what happens there. Further back, we've got Will in 8th place. Video is putting the pressure on Video now. So Video is putting the pressure on Seek, shall I say. So all the way around us. Oh, I think I had Keith went wide there. I saw Keith go wide. Bidster sticks it up the inside, but can't quite make it stick. So let's see if this works out for Bidster up the hill. So Bidster using the H pattern, changing gears with the clutch himself. There we go, up through 130R. 130R out towards the chicane. No one else close enough to make a move on each other, and Keith defending slightly from Bidster now. So Keith into defence mode, and Seek still ahead of his teammate Video. Oh, slides wide though through the chicane, slides very wide. That could open the door for Video to go through. He's going to go around there on the outside. I think yes he is. Oh, the side by side still, side by side, but Video gets the position for now. Oh, it's into turn 1. TY runs it wide and goes out wide, and Bidster's trying to get past Keith as well. So Keith goes straight up to 3rd place, Bidster up to 4th. But Bidster harassing the back of Keith now. So again, we've got to watch out for that Mazda's tyre wear and etc., because it will have the tyres go worse now with the weight on the car, and so will TY as well. I think that's what TY is struggling with there, is the weight on the car. It doesn't help with everything. It doesn't help with the cornering. It doesn't help with the top end speed. It basically just makes the car a whole lot worse. Well, that's what we run championship ballast for, because those that are winning get the ballast put on to try and equal it out to the rest of the field. As Bidster loses control of the Mazda, so that Mazda not handling its weight very well at all for Bidster, and he's off the track and he's recovering in 5th place. So uncharacteristic errors there from Bidster. He's done 2 in this race so far, and that's the 2nd one. So yep, not good for Bidster there, but he gets back going again. And let's have a look at him through 130R. Is there any sign of a problem on the car? No, I think that was just purely driver error. So catches the grass or just turns too hard in the braking zone, and now he's got to try and catch them up again. As we saw from the first race, TY quite the fuel saver, and also Bidster quite the fuel user. So as you can see there, Bidster's used a bit more fuel compared to the rest of the field. Now, Rodders is on the back of Neil Farmack. Rodders has caught to the back of Neil, and he's on him. So let's see if there's going to be any difference here. The Mazda used a bit more fuel than the Porsche, but the tyre wear about the same. That's why I'm flicking between guys, just to see for myself what the fuel and tyre info is, so I can then put it across to you guys, just in case you don't see it. As Rodders slides his way through turn 1, catches the AstroTurf. Very lucky to get away with that, and lucky it wasn't worse. So Keith in 3rd. It looks like he's starting to leave TY and Bidster, and hopefully might be able to start catching Rodders and Neil, but we'll have to see, unless he stays there and acts as a fuel saving target for his teammate. But again, I think Keith wants to try and get all the points he can from this. If he can sense a win, he'll go for it. Bidster caught back up to TY now, and not much difference apart from the fuel. Bidster's used a lot more fuel than TY. Obviously, I think he's used a bit more fuel trying to recover from these situations that he's had. So, but under the bridge, fastest sector so far, 3,000ths of a second faster than the fastest sector. We go through the corner and out the other side. Rodders on the back of Neil. Spoon curve we go, just sticking with this battle for now. And Keith goes through, and there's Bidster. He's in front of TY now, so Bidster's past TY, so TY definitely trying to play the safe game here. As we go down the straight towards 130R, he's catching up in the draft a bit, but I think he's still trying to do the whole saving fuel game. So we'll see how he goes. Yeah, you can see the lower revs as he comes around the corner. So TY thinking about the distance, thinking about the fuel and the pit stop length, and Bidster's not really thinking about that. He just wants to get some positions back, I think. So he's on the back of Keith now, down towards turn 1 as Neil and Rodders close together, but not quite close enough to make a move. Bidster though might make a move on Keith here. No, not close enough into the well, it was close enough, but a bit too late to move out. So Keith keeps hold of 3rd place, and I'll tell you something, his tyres are looking a lot better than Bidster's, but the fuel's about the same, so not much difference when it comes to the fuel. But Rodders is all over the back of Neil still. Neil Farmack being harassed by Rodders. Neil's probably got the worst fuel of the lot, so but he's driving very fast. So up the hill, the number 12 car ahead of the 53 of Rodders. Can't really see you can see the number 53 on his name, but the livery not showing. It's supposed to be a red livery, but unfortunately the Gran Turismo not showing it. So hopefully Gran Turismo can watch this and learn from it, and see if they can get the liveries to show up on the cars, because we are having some problems with that this season, especially on the Sauber as well. The Porsche of both cars, the Porsche and the Sauber, struggling with deliveries. Oh, as Keith goes off from third place, makes a mistake, too hot into the corner, and Bidster goes through with TY following. So Keith goes from third to fifth, and now he's got to do a bit more work. So Keith falling back down the field, and he's got Video a bit further back, and we've got Seek in 7th and Will in 8th. But again, they are a bit closer in this one so far, because this point of the race last time there was about half a lap between the whole field. At the minute it's just under a quarter of a lap, so it's good to see that Will and Seek could be able to keep have a bit of a better pace. But I've just jinxed that there, and Will goes off the road unfortunately and rejoins. But again, less mistakes so far than in the previous one, so it's all onwards and upwards for Will and Seek. As we go over the line, Bidster then trying to catch up to Rodders to take pressure off his teammate. The Mazda scream as it comes down to turn 1, that rotary ankle engine. And Bidster goes wide this time. So not having a good race, Bidster, at all in this first one round Suzuka. The Mazda not really well. I don't think it's the car, I think it's to do with the driver, to be honest, because Neil's doing a good job out front. So Bidster just pushing a bit too hard. Yeah, he's on the grass and just pushing a bit too hard. He's rattled himself. So unfortunately, just going backwards slightly. So in the corner. Rodders on the back of Neil Farmack. There's Neil Farmack, the other Mazda, at the head of the field. The Mazda that's actually not making a mistake so far. So good job by Neil Farmack, keeping ahead of Rodders. And the tyres and fuel about the same as Bidster now, right on the back of TY. He's pushing again on the back of TY. The tyre wear about the same, but the fuel is a lot better, because TY has got 3/4 of a tank in his car, and Bidster's probably got about 2/3 in his car. So a bit less fuel for Bidster there. Goes around the outside of TY up towards Spoon Curve, side by side in towards Spoon. This should be Bidster's corner, unless TY can hold it around the outside. He's trying to hold it around the outside and can't do it. He goes for the switchback and a little tap to make good friends, and TY not giving up at all. He's giving Bidster a good run for his money here as Bidster goes down the straight side by side with TY. Mazda's got better acceleration than the Nissan and gets in front. Oh, Bidster goes wide though. Oh, Neil's off the road as well. Big time into the wall for Neil Farmack. And Bidster and TY alongside each other now, so it's now 4 for the lead here at Suzuka. Rodders is in the lead after Neil makes that mistake. And TY in third. Bidster getting rid of a penalty just before the line. So just before the line gets rid of the penalty. And now Keith is going to close up to Bidster as well. So all change here. So Neil makes a big mistake out of the 130R and puts himself into the wall before the chicane. So Rodders is now in the lead of the race. Neil Farmack is now in second. TY is still third. He's now right behind the Mazda, and he's got the other Mazda of Bidster who's just had to get rid of a penalty, who's backed off a little bit. He's got to try and catch back up, and I think if Bidster does, he's going to pull Keith with him, which Keith was white, remember, no weight on his car. You can see how the weight makes a difference. It's budged all the cars together in this race. It might be a 22 lap, 40-minute race, but the cars are very close as Neil Farmack runs wide. Neil Farmack makes another mistake and runs wide, so the mistake's starting to come now. And that Mazda looking like it's hard to drive for both drivers. So out of the hairpin, TY takes second, Neil down to third. Bidster is now down to fifth, and Keith goes ahead in fourth because Bidster went wide as well. So the tyres on that Mazda looking finished, so the tyre wear a lot worse here. So some people might have to consider 2 pit stops in this one because of the tyre wear. And that could help Keith, because Keith might be able to go a bit longer than these fellas. So we'll have to see how things pan out. But the tyre wear not looking as good in this race as it did in the last one. So later time of day as well, that might affect things a little bit, but not too much. As Keith closes right up to the back of Neil Farmack, going in towards the chicane. Will he have a go? He Goes to the inside, but no, doesn't commit to anything. Not wanting to risk anything, because obviously it is a long race. So don't want to throw it away too early. Neil Farmack in the pits. Neil Farmack in the Mazda into the pits. So Neil's tyres are finished, and he's now into the pits for a new set. Will he put any fuel in? I don't know. Let's have a look at Bids, who's behind Keith. No, yeah, Neil puts a little bit of fuel in. 3/4 of a tank now for Neil Farmack as we go out of the pits. So now it's Rodders in the lead in the Porsche. 2 Nissans together, second and third. TY in front of Keith. Keith is the lighter car. Will TY think about letting his teammate go? And because there is a big tyre difference there between TY. You can watch the tyre graphic as we've swapped from Keith. We're on Keith now. Swapped to TY. Boom. There. TY's tyres are a lot worse than Keith. So, oh, Keith is off the road though. Keith's off the road. He's spun round completely and he's backwards off the track. Oh, spins out off the track, right at the corner where Lacey went off in 2001 in the Formula 1, and round we go, and Seat 1 goes through into 6th place in the Jaguar. Now, Seat 1 is on the hard tyres. Seat 1 is on hard tyres, so he's probably just put them on, or he's been on them all race and I've not noticed, but he's on the hard tyre. And Will's back down in 8th and still struggling with the car. Video is now up to 4th because of the pit stops that are happening. So there's Neil Farmack for 3/4 of a tank of fuel on his car. He's not actually too far behind this lot, so this could benefit him. So he's got much fresher tyres. If he has a fast outlap, this could really make the difference on track position. Bidster and TY going down towards 130R. I would imagine some of these guys will end up pitting soon and doing 2 stops in this race, because it's going to be very hard work to get to half distance. But Rodders keeps going. Rodders feels fine on his set of tyres, but Bidster's tyres are a bit worse. And yes, into the pits comes the Mazda, and TY follows him straight in. So TY, look at the fuel difference, about an eighth of a tank difference between the 2 cars. Video goes through into 3rd position now, I think, or is it? Oh no, he don't, because Bidster's already out of the pits. Bidster's put soft tyres on and he's not put any fuel in. So Bidster's hardly put any fuel back in the car, so he wants to run light in this one and see if he can go a bit further on his tyres. So we'll see what happens here. But TY comes out of the pits, he's put up to back up to 3/4 in, so he's put a little bit of fuel in. And now he keeps going, but in 5th place, so that could be a difference maker, but again we'll see. Bidster's right behind Neil Farmack now. Bidster hopefully on a quick stint to try and get some track position back here. We go out of the Degners behind the 2 Mazdas running in suit. The glorious noise of 2 rotary Rankle engines working in unison. Absolutely phenomenal rev range on these cars. And out of the hairpin up towards Spoon Curve. Into Spoon we go, onto the brakes, but both cars running in unison. Neil's got a bit more fuel on than Bidster, but again remember we can see the graphics for the fuel and tyres. The drivers can only see their own, so they can't see each other's. So Bid down the straight goes. Bidster goes alongside Neil Farmack, and is he going to go through? Yes, Neil lets him go through. He lets Bidster go through, so he feels that Bidster's going to have more pace at this stage. So Neil down to 3rd, and he's quite happy to follow his teammate for now as Rodders goes into the pits. Rodders into the pits. So, and now it becomes a Mazda 1-2 at the start of at the front of the field. So Bidster now needs to go flat out and try and pull his teammate along with him. There's TY, where's Rodders? There's Rodders. Where's TY? There he is, he's further back. So Rodders comes out of the pits in 3rd position, resumes in 3rd, 3/4 of a tank of fuel. So Rodders looking good here. So with the Mazdas running less fuel in this, so that could make the difference. So Bidster's in the lead for now, but later on in the race it could change things. So we'll have to watch out and see what happens as Rodders comes through the left-right section of the famous first sector of Suzuka, and up over the top. TY following him, wondering what that little black thing is sticking out at the right hand side of the car. It is actually the main wing mirror for the car, so that's what he uses to look back. So yeah, it's not very much of a wing mirror, but it's better than having nothing. It's at that angle because the driver sits quite low in the car, and you can see on the fenders, at the front there is actually two little side mirrors there built into the fenders. So quite a unique looking car, the Nissan, a very nice looking car in fact. Further back here we've got Keith in the second car, and then seat one's just in front now. Seat one's running the hard tyre, so he must have run them from the start of the race, I would imagine. So unless he pitted very early for him, I can't quite remember if he did, but again, it's a lot to remember at the minute because I am controlling the cameras, I am doing the commentary, I am doing almost everything in this replay. So whereas when most people commentate, they only have to watch the action, they don't have to actually operate the cameras and everything. So yeah, I am doing a lot here, but it's all for your guys' benefit, and let's see if I can keep it up the whole race. So I managed to do it once, let's see if we can do it again. So Bidster into the first corner with Neil Farmack following. There's Neil Farmack in the white car. Bidster out the track, 1:46.5, fastest lap of the race for Bidster. So he's going for a quick section here. He's going for a quick stint, and then probably going to go for a longer stint at the end. So we'll see if that makes a difference. 47.4 for Neil Farmack and a 45.5 for Rodders. So I don't know why, but it's put Rodders' time. It's not put Rodders' time in purple when he's actually just done a 45.5. So unless it was a lap invalidated due to a track limits or something that we didn't see, but should be Rodders with the fastest lap. But we'll get all that information at the end of the race. TY through personal best 1:46.8. We've got seat one on the hard tyres. He's holding Keith up a bit here, so Keith really needs to try and get past seat one here. That's going to ruin his race if he stays behind him any longer. Needs to try and get past him. Seek on less fuel and harder tyres. Keith on more fuel but softer tyres. Into the hairpin, he needs to try and get this done here. Into the hairpin, Seek defends his line, or either defends or runs wide into the hairpin, but out the corner. Oh, Will, just noticed there, Will has unfortunately disappeared, so Will either retires or disconnects from the race. Sorry guys, I was watching some other stuff, but I think Will's retired from the race, so due to not being able to control the car fully, so he wants to get some practice in and then try and return for Monza. Okay, here's a look back at the Bidster incident with Rodders on the first lap. So on the lap one, Bidster catches the grass and sideways into Rodders. Luckily both cars keep going, but very, very close to even bigger disaster there. Okay, here's a second angle on that from on board with TYC. Yeah, catches the grass, sideways, bang, goes through, and then Bidster goes backwards and Rodders there rejoins in front of us, but Bidster rejoins just where Keith and Will are. Okay, here's a replay of what happened to Neil then. So he goes through 130R on lap 6 and just catches the curb, tank slapper, and bang, hits the wall and somehow keeps the car pointing in the right direction and only loses one place to Rodders. Incredible recovery by Neil Farmack. Here's a second look on that now from on board with Rodders' roof cam. So going around the corner, we catch the grass, but Neil does it, catches it, whoa, round we go, and into the wall, and then comes out somewhere around here. I think he comes out alongside us, there he is, and then unghosts himself, and then rejoins just behind us there. So, Bidster out of the chicane, Neil Farmack in hot pursuit. Let's have a look at the lap times this time around then. Across the line for Bidster, it is a 1:46.4, again goes faster. And then Neil across the line, 48.5. Rodders across the line, 46.7. So, and TY at 47.2. So again, the leaders all happen within roughly about half a second of each other. So good to see. Keith is finally ahead of seat one. I think that's because seat one's made a mistake and he's coming into the pits. I think he's had enough of those hard tyres, so he's coming in for a pit stop. So he's tyres on, and that is a lot quicker than what the normal pit stop would be for a Jaguar in real life, those Jaguars, because when it goes around the corner here you'll see it's got the cover on the back wheel, which they have to take the cover off and then they have to change the wheel. So yes, this game speeding up the pit stop a bit compared to others, but yeah, very strange concept, but it did work for the car when it ran in the World Sports Car and Le Mans, because it had a lot more aero, and also it was just better for, well, yeah, just better for aero and top speed really. There's Bidster ahead, just over a quarter of a tank in that car, trying to see if pace outdoes pit stop time. Farmack to him second. He's been caught now by Rodders. He's been caught, so Neil in the 48, Rodders in the 46 is personal best for Rodders that last time round, so it must have been that 45 being a invalidated lap. So we know he's capable of a 45, but unfortunately not doing it properly in this one, so Rodders catching up in the Porsche. It's supposed to be the coke coloured Porsche, but it's not. It's the normal racing colour one, so Porsche racing colour. Out of the chicane through the last corner, he's right behind Neil Farmack now. Neil Farmack's got a job on to try and keep him behind. 1:49 for Neil, so Neil not having good pace in this one as Rodders goes for the overtake. Oh, he tries to, but Neil holds on as Rodders goes wide onto the AstroTurf, and he's got to try and catch up again now. So, I think he's caught up already because Neil went wide. So Neil went very wide there, and Rodders gets his gap back. So let's look back from Neil Farmack's car and see how close we really are. There's Rodders looking back from Neil Farmack, and Rodders is right behind us. See the cornering difference there of Rodders versus Neil. The Porsche doing very well through the corners. Go towards the Degners. Let's go back onto the outside cameras, to the trackside cameras we go now, and over the curbs. Neil holding him off, but Rodders visually the faster car here in this stint, and into the hairpin. Neil keeps it very tight to defend his line. That's not going to be the fastest way out as Rodders gets good traction. Can he pull alongside? No, he can't pull alongside yet. So Neil Farmack gets a good run out the corner and in towards Spoon curve. Rodders is trying to keep round the outside for the inside for Spoon. Into Spoon, nope. Neil still holds on to position, but he doesn't want to do this fighting all the time because he's going to slow him down and his tyres going to get worse. Rodders with much fresher rubber than Neil Farmack, much fresher tyres than Neil. Down towards the 130R. If he has to go into here, he's bonkers, but no, he stays behind Neil. Watch out for the turbulent air, Rodders, and that's what happens if you're right behind another car. The turbulent air from Neil's car, produced from that rear wing and the diffuser of the Mazda, disturbing the air for Rodders, and then it goes into the corner with not much in the way of aero, and understeers wide off the track. He's also been in a draft, affects tyre wear a lot as well, so he's got to be careful not to wear his tyres out too much. Check at Bidster out front, his tyres looking about the same as his teammates, but fuel a lot lighter, but obviously that means he'll have to put more in, so we'll see what happens with the strategy. Neil Farmack through in second, Rodders in third, looking the best on track at the minute because he's got a bit of more of a heavier car when it comes to the fuel. Yes, he's got lighter weight because he's got 40 kilos on compared to Neil's 80 and Bidster's 160, so he's lighter than the two cars, but with carrying that level of fuel, he's got to look promising for the end because he's not going to have a long pit stop. He'll probably pit for tyres. He might not even have to put fuel in. We'll have to see as Neil runs wide. Rodders then gets on the right, goes on the right hand side. He's on the wrong side for the hairpin, but he gets past before he gets there anyway. Rodders well and truly through into second place, and now we'll probably see him pull away from Neil due to the tyre difference. So we'll have to see how Neil's going to play this. Will he pit, go for a fresh set of tyres now, or will he hold on and try and slug it round a few more laps and then pit, because then he'll last to the end. We'll have to see what the strategy has in store. T-Wise closed up on these guys as well, despite having more tyre wear than usual because of the weight of the car. And also the back end slowing down as well as Seek goes through. Video and Keith. So Seek, Video and Keith having a nice battle back here. Keith still struggling to get past these Jaguars, and the Jaguar not really suited to this track very well. That'll be a lot better next time out at Monza, but Keith really needs to try and bag the points here while he can, but he's not really having much luck at the moment. Now Neil's in. Neil Farmack's in. The tyres are finished. He's got to pit and change the tyres, and now I'm going to see if we can survive till the end. A little top of the fuel, not much. Half a tank on Neil's car. T-Y through in third. Bidster in the lead still, but his tyres are worse than Rodders. Yes, he's lighter, but the tyres make all the difference. Bidster might have to consider pitting at some point, otherwise he's going to lose time to Rodders every single lap it does extra. Through the Degners and into the last one again. Seat one doing a fantastic job with deliveries on these cars, all done from scratch, because you can see on Bidster's car there on the side he's got number 22 on the side of his car. If that was the official livery, it'd be a number 55. So Seek's done all these liveries from scratch, and hats off to the man. He's done a fantastic job. So you'll get to see the Porsches hopefully next time out, because they might have fixed the the graphic glitch, but we'll have to see if they do. But he did those, and also he did Neil's car, the white 787B, the American one as well, the American liveried one, the white one. There it is. He did that as well from scratch, and also he's done his own Jaguar and videos one as well from scratch. There's the car, the Castrol Jaguars. Fantastic car liveries there from Seat 1. Hats off to the man. A fantastic asset to LPB Racing. Now, Bidster's not got much fuel left at all. I think Bidster will definitely be in this time. We'll have to see. He goes through the chicane. He just dipped down into the 49s, and he should be pitting this time. Yes, he is, because the fuel's gone down now. He's going to have to put fuel in to get to the end of the race. How well will he calculate it, and will he get out in front of the others? We'll have to see. The fuel goes in. Rodders is going to go through here into the lead. Rodders goes through into the lead. TY's coming through the last corner as well. Bidster's still in the pit, still filling up the fuel. There he is, he's done. Just over half the tank to get to the end, so he's definitely going to try and go to the end now. And Rodders is in the lead. TY second, Bidster in third. Neil Farmack up to fourth now, and Keith hopefully up to fifth, because Seat 1's into the pits. He's got hardly any fuel left either. Video's got plenty of fuel, but not much in the way of tyres left, so it'll just be a quick tyre stop for Video at some point. Seat 1 released from the pits, half a tank on his car as well, so he's fueled to the end of the race as well. So a quick update then, we've got Rodders, well, he could be fueled to the end of the race, because he could do the end of the race on that fuel, so we'll have to see, but the tyres might not last till the end. It might be a quick stop for tyres. TY has definitely not got any tyres to last till the end, because Bidster's already caught him up out the pits. Here he goes through on the right hand side towards the hairpin, not wasting any time. Bidster gives TY room, because TY still stays on the inside. Bidster goes around the outside, but gets the traction out the corner and straight past TY. So TY now in the draft, but with dead tyres, I don't see him getting through. Neil Farmack's turn now to do the same thing. Fresh, more or less fresh tyres for Neil Farmack as well. Both Mazdas fueled till the end of the race. And TY will probably need a little splash and dash to get to the end, but it should be okay. But it's definitely tyres that TY needs. He needs to pit this time, otherwise he's going to lose lots of time to the other cars around him. So here goes Rodders then through the 130R, the infamous 130R, the fast corners. TY goes through there. Neil's still not able to get through here, but he might know that TY's pitting, and then he'll be released to the back of Bidster. But TY should be coming in this time. Oh, you twitch, and just makes the pit lane. So TY into the pits then, straight into his box. Up on the jacks, tyres get swapped. Soft tyres hopefully go on, I think, and a bit of fuel to get to the end, and off he goes. So just under half a tank for TY to get to the end, and fresh tyres. So now he's the man with the freshest rubber on track at the minute. Teammate Keith follows him in. Keith will need a bit more fuel than TY, and he's going to lose the place to Seat 1. There we go. And the fuel goes off for Keith, and yeah, just enough fuel to get to the end of the race now for Keith. Fresh tyres on his car. So both Nissans fresh out the pits on with tyres and enough fuel to get to the end. So I think we're just going to go down all the cars, guys. So it's Rodders who needs. Rodders will definitely need tyres before the end, unless he wants to try and survive till the end on them tyres. Bidster in second. Bidster in second place. He's definitely fueled to the end. He's probably got a bit too much fuel in there actually, but unless he wants to push all the way, which he is. He's pushing like hell, Bidster. He's caught up to Rodders already. Neil Farmack again pushing. He's got a bit less fuel than Bidster, so he's got to be careful. TY fresh tyres and enough fuel to get to the end. Video needs tyres, but he's got the fuel, so he needs a quick tyre stop for Video. That could put him near Keith actually. Seat 1, he's fueled to the end, and also Keith fueled to the end with fresh rubber as well. So that's the order for you. But Rodders and Video will need to think about tyres, because I don't think they're going to last till the end. We go through. Bidster catching up Rodders. Now this could be good, because the pit stops don't take long in this. So Rodders could get out of the pits and get back in front of Bidster, but he ran wide there, so that lost him a bit of time through the last few corners. Is he going to pit, or is he going to go round? He's pitting. So Bidster takes the lead of the race then. Fresh rubber for Bidster and everything else. So, but he's got a lot, again, fueled up the car a bit too heavy, I think. Rodders puts a little splash and dash in just to make sure he can get to the end, and now he can push hard all the way to race end. So I wouldn't count Rodders out of this just yet. And same with TY, because we all know TY is good at making the tyres and fuel last. Bidster in the lead, still pushing hard to get the gap. He's not really had the most consistent race in this, so it's a Mazda 1-2 for now. He's definitely got enough fuel to get to the end, but will that fuel impact on his tyre wear? And also, don't forget the weight of the cars as well. So TY heavy, maximum ballast, Bidster's second most weight on. So again, the weight could be a factor here, because Rodders is 40 kilos, Neil's 80 kilos, and Bidster is 120 kilos. So the heaviest car at the front, and so the weight will definitely make a difference. So TY might not be able to catch up to these guys with the weight on his car, but we'll have to see how things go. But I think Rodders is definitely going to be the fastest car on the track, and I think he is, because he's already caught Neil up. So Rodders really pushing hard here. Into Spoon Curve. Oh, wide there though, making mistakes. That's not going to help. Meanwhile, further back we've got... yeah, Video has pitted. No, he hasn't pitted. I thought he pitted because he went back there. He must have made a mistake. Video definitely needs to pit for new tyres. Definitely. It's worth a pit stop just to get the tyres changed, because you'll not lose too much time, Video. So you need to pit for tyres. And out of the chicane goes Bidster with Neil and Rodders in hot pursuit. Rodders there. Tyres absolutely as fresh as a daisy. Now Neil Farmack's in again. So he's trying another strategy here. He's trying fresh tyres again. No fuel, just fresh tyres. Thinks, right, I want to pit now and get fresh tyres and thrash these things to the end. So Neil Farmack comes out just in front of TY, so comes out just behind Rodders. That could be the sweet spot of strategies for Neil Farmack, but we'll have to see as the race develops. So a handful of laps left in this race. Not long to go. Rodders, the man on a mission. Bidster with wearing tyres now, starting to just about show signs of wear, and the fuel's definitely too much. He definitely got too much fuel on board. Rodders pushing. Oh, goes wide through the Degners though. Very wide through there, so he just needs to back off the pace a little bit. Don't want to over push yourself. Neil with TY behind, so TY on a bit more worn tyres, same fuel level, so Neil's confident to get to the end of the race on the fuel he's got. Rodders will get to the end, and Bidster definitely will, because I mean, I've said this before, but just look at the fuel, it's just too much. So if he didn't put as much fuel in at some of the stops, he might be even further in front by now, but you know, that's what he'll live and learn. Remember, we've not done the pit stops on LPB Racing for a while, so remember to look at our other page, guys, as well, our Bidster page, the old LPB Racing page called Bidster. This is our new channel, LPB Racing, and if you're new, welcome. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit your notification bell as well. But for more content from LPB Racing to be updated. But yeah, if you want to go on our old channel, the Bidster channel, that is the same name as Bidster on the track there, because that is me. But I'm just commentating on myself in the third person. But yeah, look on there, you'll see all our old LPB Racing races, quite a lot of them, a whole playlist full. And the playlist will get reorganised in the next coming weeks, so you can go on there, you can watch all the races you want and all the history of LPB Racing from the very start. Going through here, see Neil Farmack catching up to Rodders, so that strategy for Neil working here. Rodders trying to do what he can to catch Bidster, but Bidster's still holding a good pace. Lap times last time round, 47.7 for Bidster, 47.8 for Rodders, bit slower with that mistake, 45.1 for Neil Farmack, but that again must have been flagged up. I think it's because we were coming out of the pits, so yeah, so that's why it's not shown in purple. That's why that one from Rodders will have not shown up from before, because it was a lap out of the pitch, so that's why it didn't show up in blue or purple or blue. So Bidster still holding the actual fastest lap of the race, a 1:46.4, the official fastest lap. As we go through up towards Spoon Curve. Bidster's tyres getting worse and worse as every lap goes by. So's Rodders, but he's got those tyres are an extra 4 or 5 laps fresher than Bidster's tyres. So definitely a big difference there. And also with Rodders being a lot lighter than Bidster, he's a whole 2 places lighter on fuel than on weight, than Bidster. So yeah, a 80 kilo difference in the cars, and that makes all the difference. go out of the corner onto the straight. Lap times this time around 1:48.1, 1:46.3 for Rodders, fastest lap of the race. So Rodders is pushing now. He's finally pushing with 2 laps to go. He's hungry for this win. Let's see if he can take it off Bidster. But oh, what a line through that first corner. He definitely is pushing now. He's really pushing hard. 46.4 for Neil, so he equals his teammate's fastest lap of the race as well. And TY 1:47.8, so Bidster 1:47.6, sorry. And Bidster 1:48.1, so Bidster definitely losing time now. He's about 1.5 seconds a lap slower. But remember, catching up's one thing, passing is another. If Rodders can catch him up, that is, because Bidster's still holding a decent gap here, and he's still pushing hard. You can see the squirm into the corner. There's Rodders' line. Neil. And then here's TY with the heavy car, just pushing himself wide there. And still pushing hard, never mind, even though with the 160 kilos on, still pushing hard. Now Rodders right behind Bidster now. Bidster struggling on traction out the corners. You can hear the wheel spin from the Mazda out of the corners. And through up to Spoon Curve on this penultimate lap of the race. Rodders pushing hard. This looks like it's going to be an even faster lap than the last one. And up to Spoon, through Spoon, exit of the corner. A bit wide there from Rodders and a bit squirmy as well. He's trying to get the power down early. Towards 130R. 130R, very nicely through there and into the chicane for the second to last time. One more lap to go here at Suzuka. And he's right behind him now. The race is on for the win here between 3 cars, because Neil's still not too far out of this as well. So don't discount Neil from this. On to the last lap. Bidster, 1 tyres, too much fuel. And with Rodders right behind him, Bidster's got it all to do here to try and get his first win of the season. TY won the first race. It's now time for Bidster or Rodders or Neil to win this one. So I don't see TY winning it from here unless all 3 lose it. Through the left, right, Rodders visually quicker as we go through there. Bidster's tyres have just about had enough now, because it should be about the time of a pit stop for Bidster, but he's got to try and survive this last lap. Rodders right behind him, Rodders going for the outside line, no. Bidster making it hard to pass, no room whatsoever. He's going to make that 787B the widest car he's ever driven. Through the Degners. The last Degner there, and Bidster going wide, Rodders goes through. Bidster goes wide, Rodders takes the lead of the race on the last lap of the race. Bidster with no grip left in those tyres, and he goes down the inside. He's not giving up the inside, has a go, can't quite do it, doesn't get very much traction out the corner, and Neil Farmack pulls alongside. And Bidster backing off the power there. You saw him lift off the power. He's let Neil go through, because Neil's got probably the best chance of winning this race now. Bidster's lost his chance. Rodders wide into Spoon. Through the last bit of the Spoon corner. Down the straight. Neil in second. Bidster's just wheel spinning everywhere. Bidster's definitely going to be third in this one unless these 2 throw it away. Rodders then with the advantage at the minute. Neil's got hardly any fuel left, but he doesn't care. He wants this win. Through the 130R for the last time into the chicane. Rodders daring himself on the brakes, very late on the brakes, and Rodders is going to win the race 2 here at Suzuka. Rodders takes his first LPB Racing win in the Group C. Well done to Rodders. Neil Farmack and worthy second, and Bidster demoted to third on the last lap of the race. TY holds on for 4th place with a heavy car. Well done to him. Seek 1 is going to be in 5th if he can hold on. Keith is in 6th, and where's Video is all the way back there. He didn't even pit, so he really needed to pit for tyres, so it was quite silly of Video to stay out there. But Seek 1 5th, Keith 6th place, and Video with the most worn tyres on a race car you've ever seen in your life. They come off the car, they'll be more than slick, they'll just be down to the rim. So Video finishes 7th because he didn't do another pit stop. So we'll just get those results confirmed for you now, guys, along with the points. Okay guys, at the end of that one then, it is Rodders who wins the race on the last lap of the race. Well done to Rodders. Neil gets 2nd place with his teammate Bidster in 3rd position. Then it's TY in 4th in the Nissan. Then it's Seek 5th in the Jaguar. Keith is 6th in the Nissan. And then it's Video 7th in the Jaguar. Will retires from the race. And Neil Farmack gets the fastest lap, a 1:46.0. And now we go on to the total points from this round. So it is TY in the lead of the championship on 31 points, 1 point ahead of Rodders in the Porsche in second place. Bidster and Neil, the two Mazdas, equal on 28 points for a joint third. And then it's Seat 1, the first of the Jaguars, on 16 points. Keith on 12 points, the second Nissan. Then it's Video on 8 points in the Jaguar and 3 points for Will in the Sauber Mercedes. And obviously Callum 0, unfortunately, because he didn't make both races due to connection problems. So it is the Mazda in the lead of the team's championship with 56 points. Nissan on 43, Porsche are on 30, Jaguar are on 24, and Sauber with just the 3 points for now. So as we come back from that, there is all 3 cars that were in this race, but your winner is Rodders in the Porsche there. Well done to Rodders. Fantastic win by him. And we will see you guys next time at Monza, but it's Monza with no chicane. So we're doing it the old school, as much as to the old school track as we can, with Monza no chicane next time round. So that'll be a track that will really, really suit the Jaguars and probably the Mazdas as well. So we'll see you next time for that one, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and there'll be a lot more from LPB Racing in the next coming months. So we'll see you then, guys, for Monza. Take care. Thank you for watching another race by LPB Racing. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below. And this is our next race from this championship, Group C Monza, and it'll be race 1.